Ellis is looking for his wife,
Hmm.
finds out his dad is sick, already lost his mom to this place. So my first kind of question is, how is he dealing? How is he going to deal going into that last episode?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing very well, to be honest. It's just a lot. I mean, no, you know what? I take that back. It's not that he's not doing very well. I think he's just dealing with a lot. And the way I see it at this point is he's compartmentalizing everything and he's just taking it in. He's still young and he's still that same Ellis that we knew from season one. So he's a bit of a reactionary hothead, but I think he's just like really trying to grasp at, the little things he can maintain, like the hope that his wife Pega or Fatima is still alive and is still out there. This idea that as although his dad is sick, he is standing there or sitting there right in front of him and he's there in this moment. And his mom's not, and he knows that. And I think he learned a lot about grief and loss throughout processing that whole thing. And so yeah, going into the finale, I think he's just, I wish he was more level-headed, but I think in this moment he's just focused on, he's like, I can't lose Fatima. Like, that's it. I can't lose Fatima. We'll deal with what's wrong with my dad later. We'll deal with, all the other crazy things that are going on in this town, but right now I need to find Fatima, and that's all that I care about. So in one way, I think he's matured and he's finally focusing on other people and he's figuring out how to actually help in a way. And another way, I think he is just a scared kid who's like just not ready to lose another thing, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And speaking of whatever it takes, when he's out searching for Fatima with Elgin,
Mm-hmm.
where it's obvious during some of those conversations, right? Like not spoiling anything, that he's unnerved.
Yeah.
What point is it, do you think exactly that he starts to think, something's not right here?
I think it's when what exactly did he say? There was a moment where he starts talking about the kid that went missing around his school or something like that. And then there was like a whole bigger picture or something like that. Like I can't remember exactly what it was, but you, I don't know. I think you stick around in this town long enough, and you see people at their worst and at their best, and everything in between. You start to pick up on kind of social cues. And when you're trying to solve a mystery, I guess like your brain just starts racking in a different way. And I think he just picks up that something is not quite right with this kid that used to be like soft spoken, so scared of blood, like kind of like in the corner all the time, and is now trying to put me on and teach me how to, be cool, calm, and collect in a crisis. Like that just doesn't make sense. And the fact that like you're asking me to come along on the search party, like we don't really, I mean, he did technically save my life, but we don't have a crazy relationship like that. So I think it's just this idea that somebody all of a sudden is out acting out of character. And yeah, like I think it's just like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Like this is like you sound crazy, you know what I mean? Like you sound, and like to me that's suspicious. So I'm gonna do something.
That's perfectly valid. And is there anything else you can tease going into the finale? Um, Couple of words, something to kind of warn people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think the biggest thing about the finale, I think it's the biggest finale we've ever had, without a doubt, between all three seasons. It's definitely the most I would say explosive. And B, I think people finally get some answers. Like, and I think there are answers that really kind of crack the show open in a really big way. And so I think people are going to be really, really excited and really happy with what they get. Um, but yeah, like yeah, that's it. I'd say explosive and educational because people are always looking for, answers to these questions. Um, just yeah, and scary. Like I really do I do find it really scary, and there's a lot of new things. As much as we answer some stuff, there's a bunch of new things that are just like, what the hell is going on here? But it's very clear that we're itching towards something um finite. So I think people are really gonna dig it.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.